Sindri? Yeah, I guess Chopper has this as unfinished business to with Hogback, you know, because he disappointed him so badly. Yeah, it's too bad. They're ridiculous too, so it's even sadder. They did, but then yeah, but now it's gone. It's very sad. Fuss, fuss, fuss. Because now you will take him down for it. Yeah, and he broke your heart. Sure, but they're not themselves. Exactly, it's not. Yeah, I guess. But he's not that noble. I mean, that's what you do as a doctor. What do you want? No. Maybe he didn't. Yeah, you suck. And they're not even themselves. Yeah. That's not about, like, you resurrect them so they do what you say, but not for their own sake. Like, you don't resurrect the actual people. So whoever they put into Sindri. Shanta, hi guys, I'm Judy, and today I'm going to be watching One Piece episodes 363. Let's get into this episode. Check out my Patreon to get way ahead on One Piece reactions, or you can also join my membership on YouTube to gain early access to edited reactions. Most importantly though, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you do, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to let me know. Don't forget to support the original content, and let's get into it. Is like a shadow from who knows, from a woman. You're disgusting. From a woman who had this whole thing happen to her, I guess, with the plates, but she still seems to remember that very clearly. To the point that it stops her sometimes from doing things the way he wants them to be done. We did. But it's just her body then that you resurrected, right? And the shadow is someone else's? Oh no. That's very nice to know. Oh, you actually met her? Okay, you're disgusting. Yeah. Was going to marry someone. Why did you have stitches on your face back then already? What did you do to yourself? So you couldn't handle rejection. What a tragic story. Oh, for a second I was afraid you actually killed her so you could resurrect her for yourself. At least that didn't happen. And you realized you could resurrect her and put someone else inside her. But who's the poor woman whose shadow you took? She has to be alive somewhere. Ugh. I'm so disgusted by this dude. Like, this seems to be a theme here. Like, we have both her and Nami who are kind of being forced against their will. I mean, a lot of people are forced against their will in this arc with their shadow, right? But with the women, it's especially despicable. It's like sexual. Because you didn't care about who, yeah, all you care about was the physical body. No! It's a shadow of someone else, isn't it? It's not her in any way. He just enjoys the idea that he can make her do whatever. Like, she rejected him in real life, and now he resurrected her and gets to tell her to do whatever he wants, and she has to do it. Is he gonna try to like wake her up from this enslavement? Something? It's really sad and horrible. It's like, and the way that it's told to us, it's disgusting. Like, it was kind of sort of funny with like Zoro and Sanji and Luffy, I guess, but here it definitely isn't. I don't know. Like, I hope he can talk sense to her, but... But who is he talking to? Is he talking to the shadow or is he talking to the Sindri? You're an idiot, shut up. Yeah, Chopper, yes. That reached through to them? Are they... No. Didn't reach through to them that much. Like, at all. I guess we didn't see it affect Sanji at all. I kind of want them to be on our side somehow. That they actually... Oh, we'll just purify them. We get to see Sanji's horrified. Woo. I guess. Yeah. Shut the fucker up. And yet they disobeyed you. Okay, I guess they didn't disobey you. They're working on obeying you, but not the way you wanted. Yeah, it's just their... So their personalities are still in there. I did say that was kind of the thing that remained. And they think that he meant them. Why would you say that? You're an idiot. Like, I mean, you don't have control over Robin and Chopper. Why would you think that would work? Yeah, so they still are totally obeying him. That's too sad. You're an idiot! No, you're just an idiot. Throttle him! Throttle him good! They got through the Sindri though, didn't they? Didn't they? She's crying. But who is the one crying? Like, is there some remnant of the soul of Sindri in there? Because I guess the samurai who was fighting Zoro, like Ryuma, something of him remained, maybe? I'm not sure. It was Brook's shadow. I don't know. Yeah, it's really horrifying, this whole deal, for sure. What a big smile, damn. I was kind of hoping we would be able to get through to Zoro and Sanji, like the dog Ghin and the what they call, or I don't know, you know, to show us that there is a way to get through to the shadows, to kind of remind them who they are, to spike their personalities or something, so they don't have to listen to everything that they're told to do. But it didn't seem to work with them. It worked with Sindri though, because he talked, like Chopper talked directly to her maybe. And I'm not sure, like he talked to her as though she was Sindri, when I think most of the personality is the shadow inside Sindri. So it's not like, it's just her body there. I don't know how much of it. Again, Ryuma, he was definitely Brook, but there seems to be some remnant of the samurai that he was too. It is not only in the way that he fought. I'm not sure how this works all the way, but so I don't know. Like Chopper seemed to be like talking to her as though she was Sindri. It felt like, because he was talking about her death and stuff, and the shadow though, it's not a dead person. The shadow is someone who's alive. That's the whole point of it. So I don't know. So maybe somehow there is some remnant of the soul of, you know, of Sindri in there. I don't know how exactly, and Chopper managed to get through to that, or he just kind of like the shadow itself, like because the shadow is being repressed and it's being like forced. Like the body too, but the body, I guess, overall is always kind of controlled by the soul or something, or whatever it is that's, you know, piloting you, like your personality. But the shadow, whoever is like put into the body is the one who's being controlled and enslaved by Moria and, in this case, Hogback and stuff. So talking to her about, you know, not doing everything she's told to do, I guess maybe he just kind of got through to the shadow, but not Sindri herself. I'm not sure about this. In any case, it's horrifying. Like just the way that Hogback was talking about, like, oh, I didn't even care who was inside Sindri. Like the fact that she's suddenly talking about plates and stuff. I didn't even care about that. As long as like I had, you know, her beauty. Like all he cared about really was her physical appearance. You know, he didn't care about who she was at all. Like he talked about before when he said that he fell in love with her or whatever it is. He talked about how she was down to earth and so kind and blah blah blah. He talked about it as though he loved her for who she was, but he didn't care at the end of the day. You know, he was like the idea that she could reject him. When he said like he got everything, he had like a name and everyone did what he wanted, I guess, or something. He was used to getting his way, and then she dared to reject him. It seems like it hurt his pride so much and his ego that he like his payback was to resurrect her, even though it's not even her, it's just her body, and then force her to do what he wants. Like in his mind, he's like making her do, you know, like fulfill every desire, like kind of reining her to his control. But it's not even really Sindri. In his mind, it's Sindri, but it's not really. It's a random shadow from a random girl that I guess is hanging out around somewhere without her shadow. I don't know. Like, I mean, he did tell her story that she was engaged, and then she threw the plates to test his love, and she was thrown out. Weird story. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that poor woman is doing. Why would you test the love of someone by throwing all his plates on the floor or something? Like breaking all his plates? And I mean, the fact that his love could... I don't know. It's a weird story. I don't even know what to make of it. I mean, the fact that his love died as soon as you broke his plates is weird too. Like, I guess he didn't really love you that much. Maybe she tested him because she felt like there was some kind of doubt there. Like she didn't feel completely sure of their love. So she wanted to test it and ended up that she was right. I have no idea. I guess, yeah, she's just, I don't know what to make of her. She's like, and now she doesn't have her shadow either. I don't know how she ended up in Thriller Bark, but whatever. I guess she was like the first Mario, like the first shadow that was taken and put into a Mario, because she seemed to have been, you know, the first person that he really wanted to resurrect for himself. So I guess they just picked a random woman to do it with as an experiment for the first time. I don't know. So like I talked about like last episode when we saw, you know, when finally Orz's kind of like, or Luffy's personality inside Orz suddenly died, and he forgot who he was or used to be or who he belonged to or something, and he, you know, he was like, oh, I wanted to be king of the pirates, but no, Moria is going to be king of the pirates. I have to go to him to help him or something. And you know, we saw that shift, and I talked about how Luffy wouldn't like that, like to see, you know, I mean, I don't know if I don't know how Luffy would react to that, but like it's just the thought of like the shadow was Luffy's, and it had his dream, and then these dreams were stripped away and there was nothing left behind, you know, just a slave. And that's a terrible thing for, you know, especially for someone like Luffy. We know, like, from the get-go, this show has been about their dreams. Like, every person in this crew, that's what really connects them and like devotes them to this journey, their dreams, their individual dreams. I mean, they're devoted to each other, but they each of them, like, they're not doing it just to be on the journey. I mean, they kind of are in some way, but they also have a dream that they really want to fulfill. And that was an important aspect in why Luffy kind of picked them. That they are all free to go after what they really wanted. It was like this big challenge that they wanted to overcome, to reach. And then you take that away from them, from their shadows at least. Like it's like this mirror of them. It's them without what drives them. Like, and you know, it's them as prisoners and slaves. And like, that's the most horrifying thing, I guess, they could ever face. Or and I don't know, like, because we didn't see them like face themselves, I guess it hasn't had that much of an impact so far. I mean, it was kind of sad to see, you know, Luffy Oars kind of give up on his dream, and Sanji, the Sanji zombie kind of start kicking Robin and not caring, and Zoro, I don't know, just, yeah. Anyway, like, it was sad, but it wasn't like tragic or really like made us like see how they react, or like what it makes them understand about their own dreams, like that, oh, we're so like, because I think it really shows you just like what life would be like if you didn't have your dream and you were just like, I don't know, following along and doing what's expected of you without really wishing for anything. So you kind of, it puts it into perspective how precious it is to have a dream, to have a goal that you want to fulfill, and to go through life, you know, trying to achieve it. So we haven't had that confrontation, and I don't know if there's going to be a confrontation. I have some hope because they just threw themselves out the building and out the tower. So, you know, maybe maybe they'll see themselves. I don't know. At least we did get to I mean, at least their personalities to some degree is still in there because they still kept on fighting each other. I don't know if it means, if it goes to show that, yes, Sanji and Zoro are still kind of in there, or if it just goes to show that no matter if they're themselves or not, they're always going to hate each other. Like, that's something that's just going to, like, it's not even part of their personality at that point. It's just like this basic, I don't know, formula that has to, it's just how it is by nature or something. I don't know. I guess it's funny. And yeah. So I felt the tragedy of it more when we talked about Sindri, when Chopper was trying to talk to her and get her out of that, and tried to get her to rebel or something. And I'm kind of, there's a part of me that's kind of hoping that we can like convert the Sanji penguin dog thing and Zoro's weird ballerina samurai and Luffy Oars to help us against their, to turn against their master, because that would be, I think, the greatest defeat that Moria and Hogback 2 would ever face. Mostly Moria, I guess, because he was like, oh, I can just make other people, you know, achieve my dream for me, and then it's like, no, you can't do that. These people are going to turn on you and defeat you, and you know, they're going to do the opposite. So I mean, that would be great, but I don't know if we can really do that. And if it's too much to ask, you know, I mean, we haven't, like, I was wondering if we were going to just purify them and then it would just be like, oh, they would just return as shadows and that would be that, you know, but we didn't. So, you know, that's a point in favor of them maybe turning around to help us. Even, you know, kind of, you know, somehow. Maybe, you know, confronting their own selves will somehow reawake. I mean, it didn't work with Brook. Brook's shadow didn't. They had this confrontation, and Brook's shadow was just like, whatever, you're lame. I don't care about you. You know, like, so it didn't work with him, sadly. But maybe the Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy will. Or maybe that's too much. I don't know. Special thanks to my top Patreons: Running Tear, Andy Plays All Night, Terranor, Michael Gabriel, and Shadows Moon. And to the rest of my amazing Patreons, who without their support, I would never be able to keep on doing this. Thank you so much.